So look what I got today. Now, I've already seen it, even though this one's not open yet, because I watched it in theaters. And where to begin? Remember how I said I think Peter Jackson should be the only guy who can make books into movies? I'm starting to rethink that assertion with this. Good movie. Not a good adaptation, and you'll see why. I mean, it starts out on a high note. I believe it, if I remember correctly, because it has been a while since I watched it in theaters. It starts with them still running from the orcs. They make their way to the bear guy's house, and forgive me for forgetting his name. Greatest sin in Tolkien fan base is forgetting names of characters, even though there's a million of them. And then he helps them, and then they go into Mirkwood, and that is amazing. And then they see the spiders, and that's amazing. And we get to see the ring is already showing its effects on Bilbo. And then they get captured by the elves. And that's where the problems begin. That's where the problems begin. Well, Legolas is in the movie, and I don't really care that he's in the movie, because if you take it chronologically, he would have been in Mirkwood at that time. He would have been in Mirkwood. So the fact of adding him in the movie doesn't detract. It's what he does in the movie that detracts. He pretty much steals what is essentially screen time, just for the fact of saying, hey, look, kids, it's Legolas. Do you remember him? And then they introduce a female elf who did exist in Tolkien's writings, and she basically, her role is pretty much, Legolas, your father's a madman. You shouldn't grow up to be like him, because I may or may not have feelings for you. I know you have feelings for me, and I'm going to kind of exploit them at the very least. And yeah, I know that's probably me taking it a stretch, but that's what I saw on screen in my personal opinion, is that she's kind of manipulating Legolas, because it's like she knows he has feelings for her, and she's just like, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, tell you, your father's a nutcase. And to be fair, he is a nutcase. And then it's this stupid love triangle between, what was it? It was either Feely or Keely, and I can't remember which. Her and Legolas. And then they did the barrel scene amazingly. I love the barrel scene. And then they hit Lake Town, and I really like Lake Town. Lake Town is amazing. They extend the plot a bit more in Lake Town, and I did like the extended plot of Lake Town. It was nice to see the local politics in play, blah, 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 why they can't just be helped, you know. And then we, you know, move on from Lake Town. Oh, wait, except for we don't, because there's still a whole bunch of plot in Lake Town, and Legolas, for some reason, has to follow them to Lake Town, and he's fighting orcs in Lake Town, including, what the fuck was what's-his-face's son? What was, Azog, I believe his name is, Azog the Defiler. What was his son's name? Either way, his son's in the movie, and, yeah, oh, and as a subplot, we have Gandalf going to Dungledore. Even though canonically I believe the White Council should be waging war upon it, or he's setting it up so the White Council will have to wage war on it. Not sure exactly. I know those were good parts because it had Radagast, and I love Radagast. I mean, I have a friend who's not even a Tolkien fan, and he watched these movies just because he knows Radagast was in Doctor Who. I believe he was one of the Doctors. And then, so they get into the mountain, because the group went to the mountain, you know, they can't find their way in. Of course, Bilbo, like in the books, is the only one who doesn't give up. They go into the mountain, you know, Bilbo, you know, we get to see some of Thorin's personality. We get to see the greedy jackass Thorin from the books. Finally! I mean, I know in my first, you know, Unexpected Journey review, I said I liked the changes to his character, and I still do. I like playing that duality, that he's a good guy, but he's also an ass and he's also a greedy asshole. But at the same time, he also has a noble intention, aside from getting just the gold. Then, you know, we meet Benedict Cumberbatch in dragon form, and I love those scenes. That was amazing. They did an amazing job on that. Amazing, 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 amazing. And then, of course, there's some fighting with the dragon in the in the mountain that I don't remember happening in the book at the very least. And it was an okay action sequence. It was okay, but there were just too many times where it's like, okay, Smaug, they're sitting right there. You could swat them with your fucking hand. You could snap them with your, teeth. You could incinerate them with fire. They're right there. There's just too many occasions of that. And the movie ends, of course, on yet another cliffhanger with the ending words, "My God, what have we done?" Well, I don't believe those were the exact words, but what have we done, definitely. Nice job breaking it, Hero heavily implies. Now, special effects, loved them. Very good. On top of the special effects being amazing, we also have, again, the amazing writing, the amazing mix of action, the funniness that the dwarves have. They're funny. The movie had a lot of moments that make you laugh. There's a lot of moments that are really good because it's actiony. The problem with the plot is it's a quest. And with Quest, it isn't so much we have. Yes, I know the first movie, the trilogy that he did before this, which technically comes after it, was also this kind of quest where they went from one problem to another. The problem is there was an overarching plot, a greater overarching plot than we're starting at point A, we're going to point B, literally there and back again. That is what this is. So it's just literally, we're going from one danger to another, to another, to another, to another. And this is something that it's just what happens when you make a movie off an adventure book, a questing book. And that's something that even the earliest of questing stories have. Literally, in the Odyssey, and I'm using this as the best example I can think of, it's literally, oh look, Cyclops, oh look, Circe, oh look, Island of Lotus Eaters, oh look, rock in a hard place metaphorized as monsters. And that's all I will say of this. So in this, it's, oh, look, orcs. Oh, look, giant bear. Oh, look, forest of madness. Oh, look, spiders. Oh, look, elves. Oh, look, barrel ride. Oh, look, lake town. Oh, look, puzzle problems. And that is where the greed came in. The greed was, we can't just make 2 movies. We have to make 3 movies. And by making 3 movies, this movie probably suffers the most because they had to extend the plot, and by extending the plot they had to add all sorts of padding that really had no goddamn business being in there in the first place. While I don't hate the movie like I do a certain other movie, Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief, and I don't outright, disregard its existence like another certain movie, Aragon, I can't not. I love it because it's a good movie. I just don't like it as an adaptation. It's probably going to be the weakest Lord of the Rings movie Peter Jackson made. Of course, we haven't seen the third one. The third one could be even worse than this. I highly doubt it, because literally, from here on, he can just stick to the plot of what happens, and he has enough material. It's literally, all that is left is killing Smaug, Battle of 5 Armies, let's go home. That's it. That is all that is left. Oh, my nose itches. Sorry. But yeah, it's just this movie is, it's a good movie, but it's not a good adaptation. It's not a bad adaptation. It's just not a great one. It's subpar for what I expected, because of all the things they did right in the first movie, and just to see them go wrong with this one as far as they did kind of makes me... The acting was good and the effects were good. The plot was good because it stuck to the base plot. It's just, it added so much shit it didn't need to be there. And it also... There was just something about it that I can't say that I didn't like. It's probably because it's the most boring part of the book. Excuse me. That they made into the movie. Because literally, what happens in the middle part of the book? After they get out of the Misty Mountains, after Bilbo gets to the ring, what happens? Bear, forest, spiders, elves, Barrels, Lake Town, Mountain. Not the most exciting parts of the book. Combined, they're exciting, but individually and trying to make them into a movie, not so much. At least we can look forward to Smaug hitting Lake Town up in the third movie and the Battle of Five Armies, and I really want to see what they're going to do, because I imagine that they probably will have Thorin. If they have Thorin kill Ozog the Defiler, oh, that's his name, Ozog. If they have him kill Ozog the Defiler, if they have Thorin do that, I'm not going to be happy. It should be Dane. We have confirmation that Dane is going to be in the movie, so let's just have Dane do what he should have done 2 decades ago according to official Tolkien canon. But, for all I know, they'll probably make more changes. Brog, or Brolg, or Blog, or something was his son's name. I think it began with a B. Yeah, I've kind of petered myself out on this half rant, half review. It's more rant than review at this point. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. On a 0 to 10, 0 being completely crap and 10 being amazing, I'd say it's probably a 6 or a 7. There's wasted potential in this. That's what it was. There's wasted potential that they could have done so much better with the second part, and they didn't. They didn't. And that makes us sad. Makes me sad. Hopefully, again, knock on wood that the third part will be great.